Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the 100. This is the final ever episode of this franchise, mate. I cannot believe it. It is crazy. I can't believe we're here already. This is probably, if you think about it, well, it's joint second / it could be the third longest running show on the channel. We've had the 100, which has got 100 episodes, as well as Team Wolf with 100 episodes, but that has got a movie, so we pushed that to 101. So this comes in third place, that goes in second, and first place obviously smashes it with the Vampire Diaries with 171 episodes, I believe. So that's crazy. Do you know what I mean? That is madness. And you guys have been here for the crazy wild ride, voting in all of the polls, which we are going to obviously take part and look at in this intro. So obviously I'm just going to pre-warn everybody right at the start. Yes, this is going to be a long one because we've got so many polls to go through, which I personally love doing these. You might not, you might hate it, so you can skip if you want to, but please don't, because we have got obviously the most likely to dislike characters of season 7, our favourite characters of the whole entire franchise, our favourite top 3 seasons of the whole entire franchise, as well as looking back to see if any winners have changed from seasons 1 to 6 in obviously the most liked characters, as well as seeing, yes, which is the next show coming to the channel. Which, if everybody on the Patreon's interested, you know, it is going to be You Season 4. And also whatever vote wins this one here, which we're going to review now. So that's going to be interesting as well. I'm going to do You first and then move on to that one. But obviously, without further ado, let's dive over into obviously the most liked to dislike characters and all the crazy polls that we've been running before we get into the final episode. Okay, so here we are now. Most disliked characters of Season 7. What I'm going to do is do the most disliked character of season 7 before going and reviewing the most liked characters throughout of all of the seasons before finishing obviously with the most liked character in season 7. I think that'd be a good way to do it. So I'm just going to jump into all the votes, you know. Let's hope we can go through it and it doesn't take too long. My most disliked character this season, I'm not going to lie, it's a tough one. I think they absolutely butchered Bellamy's character. I'm not going to pick Bellamy, but it's the writers, mate. Oh, I should have put the writers' vote in there. Like, I should have put the writing because they killed Bellamy, like, physically with Clark, but his whole character, they just ruined him this season. Not ruined him throughout the whole show. I think he's been decent, but yeah, this season he was just terrible. But he wasn't in it enough for me. He was like, what, 3 episodes or something? So I'm not going to pick him, but the other person I'm going to pick, especially from what he'd done to Maddie, do you know what I mean? He went through all of this stuff. He's the whole reason everything happened, was Bill, the shepherd, mate. I didn't like him at all. You know what I mean? Bellamy, like I said, certain situations, didn't like his character, but I think it was just bad writing in terms of his part. But I'm going to vote for Bill. Okay, so here we are on our most disliked characters of season 7. Bellamy has taken number 1 spot, Bill has taken number 2, and Shade Hader has taken number 3. Now, very interestingly, it's not even close to 4th spot, is it? Literally, it is Raven with 3 votes, and it's not comparable to 25. Now, the interesting thing is, obviously, we do the Patreon vote, and they voted for Bellamy, Bill, and in joint 3rd place was Jordan, Nikki, and Nelson. They all had 1 vote, so it looks like obviously Shade Hader, since the YouTuber started, has rocketed straight up into 3rd place, and you know, very convincingly, if you look at Bellamy, he's taking it with 10 clear votes. So, you know, sad to see that happened to Bellamy, but everybody told me in the comments that he had a fallout with the show writers, and you know, that pretty much kind of led to his kind of kill off the way it happened with Lincoln. Apparently that happened to him as well. So you learn something new from the comments. That's why I love engaging with you guys and reading everything that you guys obviously leave on the channel. And yeah, it's interesting to see Bellamy take the most disliked. Now, usually we jump over into the most liked of season 7, but what we're actually going to do before we do that is go from season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll do our season 7 vote and then see obviously if anything's changed. So let's go and have a look and see who the most liked character from season 1 is, seeing as it's been running for a few months now, and we will see Clark. Yes, Clark has won season 1 most liked character. Who's going to take season 2? Oosh, Clark again, but now Lexa is in 2nd place. Season 3, Clark again, yes. So she's won the 3 seasons. Can she keep it up? Who knows? Let's have a look at season 4. And boom, Clark has taken it again. Season 4 with 189 votes now. Now, she is absolutely way in front of 2nd place. 52% of the votes, you know what I mean? I think last season she had 50%, so we've increased in percentages. Can she take 5 seasons in a row? Personally, I think I voted for Octavia this season. I think this is the season where we had the conclave and I really liked it and it was great. So it's interesting to see how much Clark has actually won it by, when I think I chose Octavia. But season 5. Clark has won it again, and if you look, it's increased to 62.5% of the votes. So 5 seasons in, 5 seasons won for Clark. Can she keep it up for the 6th season? Let's have a look. 65% of the votes. Yeah, so Clark has took it again. All 6 seasons Clark has won, and now it's interesting to see that Bellamy's gone up into 2nd. But can you really call it 2nd when you've got 8 votes? Well, it is technically 2nd, but you know, you might as well not have anybody else running because Clark's absolutely dominated it. And now that leads us to the season 7 vote and see if Clark can make it 7 in a row. Let's jump over there and do my votes, and then we will reveal yours. Season 7, who's the most liked character from me? It is Clark. It is actually Clark. Like, I think she's had a good season. I've really enjoyed it. She's done the, is there any trouble? Yeah, I don't care. Let me jump. I'll save it. Do we need to go somewhere? No problem. I'll go. Protect my day? Sure thing. Protect my friends? I'll go for it. Do the ultimate sacrifice? Fair dues. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Clark this season has been so good. I've really enjoyed her. I think that you could go through the names and you could say, you know, this person's been decent, that one's been decent, but throughout the whole scheme of things, I think Clark has been, in my person, like, some of them seasons, I actually do believe it was really close. I believe I picked Octavia, like, twice, Inja once, Bellamy as well, and I think I picked Clark, so I've rotated. I believe characters have been very interesting and decent. I feel like this season, I think it, do you know what? I actually like Murphy this season. I've actually liked Murphy this season. He actually has been really, really good. His character has progressed so good throughout the show. I'm really happy with how we're finishing with him. But yeah, I'm going to pick Clark this one, even though I've just gone through all that and seen it. Now let's have a look and see what you guys have chosen. Okay, so here we have it again. Clark has won, so 7 seasons, 7 wins, and nearly 70% of the votes. Yes, that's very interesting. Ever since season 3, it's increased in percentages each time, and you know, she stayed true and stayed the winner. So if she doesn't win the most liked character of the whole franchise, something's got to be going on there, hasn't it? Literally, it's going to be very interesting to see. But thank you for every single person that's obviously taken the time to vote on all of these throughout the whole shows. And usually I say you could go back and influence it and change it, but it looks like that ain't going to be happening, is it? Because Clark has landslided all of them. So let's move on to the most liked seasons of the show now. 3 results are available to do that. I'll do mine and then we will show yours. So here we have it. Most liked seasons of the show. Season 3 has actually won with 16%. If you actually look, every other's got 14%, so it must be so close. But let's see the official stats. So we've got 289, 300, 293, 298, 294, and 299. So if we actually look at it, the 3 technically with the most votes, even though they all say 14%, is Season 3 in the 1st spot, Season 2 in the 2nd, and Season 7, surprisingly, this current season that we just watched, is in 3rd place. So bronze, silver, and gold. Very interestingly, you know, to my surprise anyway, the Patreon had Season 3 as the winner, and it has stayed true onto the YouTube. And that, to me, is shocking. It actually is. I'm not saying it's a bad season, but it's Ali season. That is the season that we introduced a Chip. I thought it was pretty stressful that season. I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't have voted it as the best. But then again, that's the beauty of doing these polls. We've had over 2,113 votes as of right now. So you can't say, you know, that this isn't a good reflection of the people's opinion, because it most definitely is. You know what I'm saying? So Season 3 has won it. Very, very interesting. Can't wait to see, obviously, who you guys choose your most liked characters throughout the whole franchise. Now, this is gonna be good. See everybody here, mate? There's loads of heads there. Look at all the faces as well. You know, let's have a look. So, going through it, I've got to say, Octavia's my favourite character. She just is my favourite character of the show. She's going straight in there. And, you know, I know when we was doing the votes just then, we wasn't picking our most liked and in order. But here, you know, I'm going to throw Octavia at number 1. Now, the next 2 is not going to be in order. And it's I'm stuck. Do you know why? Because I acknowledge that Clark is probably the best character in the show. That's, I do acknowledge that. She's not my favourite, but she's, like, one of the best. So realistically, she should be in there. But I also think when you get 3 votes, do you know what I mean? Like, you can spread the love and give it out. And, like, I actually really like Inja me. I do. I actually love Inja. But I don't know if I could put her in there. That's where I'm stuck. I'm Raven as well. I am stuck between Octavia, Clark, Raven, and Indra. I've got 4 votes. Who do I choose? Who do I not pick in there? You know what I mean? Realistically, I would leave Clark out, but then it wouldn't really make any sense because, like, she is technically the best one, and I know that she kind of is. So, do you know what I mean? I don't want to be that guy that, like, I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to pick Octavia. I'm going to leave Clark out because I feel like everybody else is going to pick Clark. Because we've just seen then, going back on them votes, everybody picked Clark. So I'll spread my love. I'll spread it. Yeah, I'll give Raven one. I've always said that she's been a team player, mate, and she's always been a vital key asset to them succeeding, but she's never had that big season where she's like had the whole storyline to herself to excel to be in the #1. But I could give you a choice here and I could get you in, I could sneak you in there with the top 3, and I'm going down and picking Ninja as well. Wherever you are, girl, let's find you. Where are you? Boom, there we go. Never expected Indra to be in there. When she was introduced, I wasn't a big, massive fan of her. Come through it. Great. Loved her. She's been really good. I think she's stepped up since Lex has obviously gone. I bet Clark and Lex are quite high up in this, you know. But this is the beauty of the polls. I never expected that one. Now, I'm going to be interested to see this one, so let's go. Having the most liked characters of the complete show. As you just heard from me there, I didn't choose Clark because I fully expected that she was going to dominate, as you can see by all of the other votes, so I decided to spread the love. But here we go. Clark, 37%. Octavia's got 10. Ooh, Lexa, only a couple of seasons, but she's got 15%, with John Murphy with 10, and then, you know, nobody else comes close. So the question is, which 10% takes the 3rd spot? Is it going to be Octavia? Is it going to be Murphy? Let's have a look. Octavia's got 146, and Murphy has got 149. Who would have thought that John Murphy would have taken 3rd spot? So going off your guys' votes, how many people took part in this one? Let's have a look. 1,450 people taking part. You know, we have got Clark in #1, Lexa in #2, and John Murphy in #3. Who would have thought that John would have snuck into the top 3 most liked characters, considering the start of the show, obviously, that he had? Very, very interesting. And do you know what I think's interesting as well? Bellamy's only got 27% of the votes, and if you go down to Dials, she's got 46. So, you know, Bellamy's not got much love, as it might be this last season that's done him in. But, you know, it's amazing to see every person taking part and choosing what, obviously, like, what your favourite thing is. And, you know, speaking about taking part, it is now time to reveal the next show to be on the channel. But before we do that, You Season 4 is out, and that is actually coming tomorrow. Yes, regardless of whatever this vote says here that we're going to click on, You has already ran 1, 2, 3 on this channel, and obviously we're going to finish it off with Season 4. All the episodes are now out and soon to be released, and we will start uploading all of that season starting from obviously tomorrow. And then I think we've got 2 episodes left of The Last of Us, which we will bump out, and then that's Season 1 done of that, Season 4 done of You, and then we're going to move over into this show, which will be, let's have a look, what show should we watch next? Previous winners: Teen Wolf, You, as you can see, Peaky Blinders, 13 Reasons Why, and The 100. All of this is your recommendations. None of it was chosen by me, and that is the beauty of the channel. So let's have a look. Lost 22%, Westworld in 19, and then the rest has got obviously votes spread across. Now the interesting thing is, if I'm being totally honest and open, when we did finish the 100 on the Patreon, Westworld dominated the vote, and we've already started actually watching and posting that onto the Patreon. But you guys have obviously now chosen Lost to be the next show. So I think the fairness, considering these 2 dominated over everything, you know, we've got 395 on that one and 354 on that. You know what I mean? And I don't know what the next show was. Prison Break was 10%, is closest. So let's have a look at that, 189. So these are 150 to 200 votes clear of the second and, you know, show to these. I think the best option to do is upload both. Instead of waiting a couple of months for each, I think we alternate through the shows, me. You've absolutely shown that you guys want to watch it, and I've already started one of them. I've already been intrigued with Lost. You guys have voted for it. We're going to do You. We're going to finish off The Last of Us. We're going to go over into Lost, and then Westworld, and then Lost, and then Westworld, and then Lost, and then Westworld, and then bang, bang, bang. variety, mate. So that is what I'm going to propose anyway. Hopefully you guys are excited for that. User voted for it. I think it's fair. You know, we've already started posting one. There's no point in stopping on the Patreon. Might as well finish and complete it and alternate through it on the YouTube. You know, keeps the variety going, keeps everybody happy. And like I said, look at all these shows on here. Now obviously if we're going to box this off and we're going to box this off onto the channel, that means that most spots are available. Please get listing them below. I will pick them up and we'll drop them in, and we could get obviously voting for the next ones to be onto the channel. And here we are back on the main intro. Thanks so much for sticking around for all of this. It was your guys' votes, obviously, that we've just been reviewing. You chose what the next shows are going to be onto the channel, and I wouldn't obviously be here without everybody's involvement. So I would like to thank every single person that stuck around and voted throughout the whole seasons, stuck around for the 100 episodes. If we do conclude them in, you know, quick fashion, Clark won every single vote from season 1 to 7. Clark also won the most liked character throughout the whole franchise. Season 3 won the most liked season throughout the whole franchise, which is actually surprising to me. And the next show, statistically, like factually, was Lost that one. But even though the Patreon had Westworld, and we've already started on there, we're going to post both, which I hope that makes you guys happy, with you coming tomorrow and finishing off that season, considering that's already been a vote won on the channel and we're going to conclude it. So much is going on. Everybody's taking part. Please leave your recommendations for the next shows. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's finale. Please let me know in the description if you do end up happy with the way the show ends. As always, you guys are amazing. If you do enjoy today's episode, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. Let's jump in to the final ever episode of the 100. Oh, they have gone to Sanctum.
Raven, get the defibrillator. Good. Now.
I know how. I've used one on myself.
Clear. Clear.
I knew it, mate.
Unless you've done abdominal surgery on yourself too, there's nothing more you can do. Get it stable, then take out the bar.
Chevron Rocket Bridge. All disciples stay alert.
Yeah, she picked them up last episode, didn't she? Look at Clark now. Legend. He's gone into it then, has he not? Because that's where Becca went.
What took you so long? She took after her mother.
You're not Kelly.
No. We most often take the form of the subject's greatest teacher, source of their greatest failure. For our purposes, you may consider me your judge.
My judge, so they were right. This is a trial, a test.
We talk. I ask questions you answer truthfully. If your answers are satisfactory, your consciousness and that of your entire species will become one with ours. First,
it's interesting.
is about love.
1 second before we dive into the questions, right? The interesting thing is, why? Like how does he pass it, if that makes sense? I know that she just said I give you questions and you answer it, and if you're lying, I will know. Do you know what I mean? But like, how do you pass it? You never told us, like, you know, if he just answers them all truthfully, is that it? Is it a pass? Do you know what I mean? So, are you a male? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Are you the shepherd? Yeah. Do you want to transcend? Yeah. Do you love Clark? No. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's getting all of them right. At the end, they're like, sound, you actually get them all correct. I could tell you, he's being honest, you all transcend. Or is it if they hear an information, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if she says, are you doing this for your own selfish things? And he says, yeah. Even though he's told the truth, she's like, hang on, we don't actually like that answer. Do you know what I mean? That's selfish. We don't want that type of people here. You failed. Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand what she said, but I just don't understand how you win. Have you just got to be honest? Yes, Clark. Yes, Clark.
Pencils down.
Yes, Clark.
Gaia took the last of the water on her hunt.
I'll go to the river.
Waiting.
Trust me, I know. Tavia and Clark can take care of themselves.
Thank you.
That's what friends are for.
Can friends do this?
Is that Holt's first kiss? I don't know, man.
hell are you
Oh.
doing here? Saving our asses. Again.
Oh, look at this.
Thank you. It's not Jackson.
Where is Echo?
He's fine. In Sanctum treating Omori. Murphy's with them.
Cadigan will be mobilizing his army for war. We got 10 people.
Wish I had a dead one who will fight. We go to Sanctum first.
Energy weapons.
Look what I found.
It's just like that, they're back.
Slow down. We still don't have a plan that doesn't end with all of us dead.
Actually, I think Jordan was just about to tell us one.
This one would make my father proud.
I was wondering what he was doing with this forest. He was all manning up, wasn't there?
I will make an army up here.
How's he done that? EMP'd it.
Nothing. The distraction can still work. Insertion team, go now. Copy that.
Oh, smart, mate. They come in last.
The weapons are down. Why aren't they attacking?
I'm distracted.
Long enough for us to die.
We all will die. When is out of our control. This is a good house.
She wants to, that's my girl, mate. You know, she wants to die, but in a fight. You know what I mean? She doesn't stray away. If someone's there wanting it, gun to her head, you know, knife to the throat, she ain't backing down. She's going straight for it. You willing to do it? Go for it. Attempt it, because I'll kill you. That's my girl, mate. I love it. The thing is, though, why have they gone there and ran away and hidden? Do you know what I mean? Like, and what did they just use to take them down? Now, the only thing I can think is an EMP, and you know what I mean? We've seen it used differently in the show to obviously hit the brains, but that is what it is, mate. You know, is it an electronic pulse magnet? Is that what it means? Just everything offline. All guns, all the power, all the suits. And they done it pretty good, actually. They come in, hit them with a blast, took it all out, and then they've come in behind them, and their suits currently work. So while everybody's distracted on them, obviously hiding in the trees, and why they're not attacking, whoever's in the suits can infiltrate on the outside and go searching. But the thing is, Catigan, Bill, whatever, he's dead. Black's gone, bang, in the head, mate. And like I was saying a minute ago, his daughter was telling him that usually the person that comes in here, they take the form of, like, the greatest gift or something, or like somebody's helped him, or the biggest failure. And do you know what I mean? I'm assuming that his daughter was like the failure one, and now Clark's there and she's going to take the test. It looks like she will see her mum, or maybe Lexa, maybe even Bellamy. You know, it could be, I don't know, but nah, it can't be Bellamy, can it? I'm going to say it's a mum or Lexa. Me, logically they would be the two, one of the ones that she would see.
Raven got you out?
Yeah, she and Walker just left for Bardo.
She's still got that in her,
What did I
man.
do?
Help hold her steady while I take this out.
Hey, Amori!
Oh, she don't look good, mate.
There surgically and find
Hurry up!
Mate, I'll pull it out and then hit her with the adrenaline.
Do something! Come on, do something! You're a doctor, please!
Oh, mate, it's hard. Oh, she actually does look dead, mate. Do you know what I mean? Her face. To Amora. Last episode, though, innit? It is pretty snide, though.
Take out her mind drive.
Oh,
Please what? Put her mind in your head.
yeah, I like how it was dribbling out.
If you died, I would do the same thing.
I'll do it.
I got this.
Yeah, mate. Yo, Octavia looks good again.
Will my brother transcend?
No. Book of Bardo, chapter 1, verse 6. Death is the end, my friend.
Must have slept through that class.
Yes, Octavia.
Sorry to interrupt. What happened here? We did. Disciples have their hands full with Ronku right now.
Wait, you brought an army? Here?
They're not here to fight.
If Clark can't stop the test to determine whether or not the human race deserves to transcend, while what's left of the human race is fighting a war.
That would be bad. Look, I'm sorry for what I did to you, okay? I wasn't myself.
Yo, do you know what? Before that happens, yeah, like Octavia, she is one of the best, and my favorite. You know what? Yeah, probably my favourite in the show, if I'm being totally honest, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And the face paint is sick. It actually is. It's old school. I loved it. She was the first character as well, man, that was kind of transitioning over to being a grounder. And, like, I've not even used the word grounders for so long because we kind of, like, moved away from it. But, like, she was the first person that was transitioning over, and she changed the hairstyle kind of first, and she got the black face paint, and she looks sick, mate. Honestly, she really did. And I know that the season, is it 5, when she was kind of Blood Rainer, she got my most disliked character. She did piss me off a little bit, let's be honest. Like, I mean, I liked her, but she also stressed me out. It's kind of like, the only way I can compare it is in Euphoria, yeah? Jules won... She actually won my most liked character of season 1 and most disliked. How can you have a character win both polls? And that was because I really enjoyed the storyline. I thought she was so good. And then in the other side of it, she pecked my head so much in different decisions. I was like, you stressed me out, but that's so good. You won them both. Crazy. Octavia's the same. And the fact is, you are one crew or you are the enemy of one crew. I am Blood Rainer. I am the leader. I wanted to walk out there and I want the army to stand by her. I wanted to lead it. I actually do want to lead it with Indra by her side, me. I would love that. And do you know what? I want Clark to do the test. And, well, at least they passed. They'd all transcend. I don't know what I want. Also want is that these one crew to kill everyone there. A big fight at the end, a big scrap.
You don't see that every day.
Can you go in here, Raven? Ah, got it right. Buzzing. I'm not Lexa.
I'm not her, Clark.
I know, but your face paint's sick.
I know.
I was just saying, I've got on the top here. Yes. Face paint is the one.
This man was unarmed. No threat to you, yet you killed him. Why?
He killed my daughter.
So your need for revenge is more important than the fate of the entire human race.
It's not revenge. It's justice.
You strained us down.
Hey, blood was that blood. Facts.
My pain.
I'm feeling your pain right now.
And feel me holding Lexa. Feel me seeing someone else wear my mother's face.
That's true.
Feel me murder my best friend, save my child, only to have her die anyway.
You suffer, and inflict suffering on others.
He created a world without love to get to you. He killed my child to get to you. You ever considered that you're the problem? How dare you judge me when you annihilate entire species because they don't live up to your ideals? You play games with people and call yourselves higher beings, and you are no better than me!
If you are humanity, then I am afraid humanity is not worthy of taking the next step.
Mate, I would say it's been decided. Swivel on this, pop her, mate, with a gun. Do you know what, Clark, yeah? I'm gonna clap you. You dominated her. You twisted it, mate. Have you ever been in an argument, right, with somebody and they twist it so good that, like, they pin it on you and you're like, shit, that was good, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, how can I get back at him on that? And that's what Clark done. What? You're judging me, yeah, because I pulled the lever at Mount Weather, because I come here and killed him that was unarmed, because, you know, I killed my best friend, I killed my mum that had a different, you know what I mean? Like, somebody that was in her own body. Do you know what I mean? Then pretending to be her. Yeah, I've done all of them things. You know why? Because of love. This guy was creating a world that didn't have love. Do you know why? To get to you. Because you're the problem. And the fact is, yeah, why are you better than me? You take out entire species, you know what I mean? Full-on life forms because somebody didn't pass your test. And I'm the bad person for actually doing stuff, getting justice. I like how she didn't say revenge, actually. It was justice. Justice for actions that people have done against me and my family. No, mate, you are the bad one. I love it. That was, in my personal opinion, that was great. Clark dominated her. And the only thing, yeah, like a little kid, when they spit the dummy out, when somebody turns it on them, is, no, that's it, your fight's over. You lost, you're not worthy. It's like, nah, mate, you're not worthy. Clark just got you there. It was good. And let's be honest, Clark's been through a lot of shit, if I'm being totally honest. When you lay it all down, you know what I mean? You lie each season down, and you reflect on all the different things that's happened. Crazy what Clark's actually been in. And also, I've got to say, yeah, in my personal opinion, like, she's come in and killed Cardigan because of obviously what he'd done to you know, Maddie. I would do the same if, in my opinion, if somebody killed my mum, my dad, my sister, right, and I knew facts that they killed them and I had the chance, you'd be dead, mate. You would be dead. I wouldn't have to pull it, even if I didn't have to pull the trigger. If they come to me and said, should this person get a death penalty? I say, dead right. Give it him right now. And I'd say it every single time. If somebody killed any of my family, I would wish death on you. And that's just me. I would never, yeah, be a person that would be willing to give second chances, forgiveness, justice. Do you know what I mean? Like, let me understand the pain that you suffer. No, mate. You kill my family members, get killed. And that's what Clark done. I respect it. She didn't even hesitate. She was like, there he is, bang, gone. Didn't even speak to him, nothing. Shot him in the back of the head as well, mate. Not even looking at him. Oh, she's back being the Prime. Back where we first seen her as well.
That place we first met. Love at first, knife to throat. Throw up to me, I would have chosen our cave, but
I died. 2 minds, 1 body. You'll die too.
without you, I'd just be surviving.
Maury, I wouldn't be living.
You can't do this. I won't let you do this. Wake up! Wake up! No, it's not okay.
It's okay.
When is that?
The last time I asked you to dance, you stabbed me with a butcher knife.
Relationships.
Do you know what, right? Murphy, again, he is one of my favourite characters. I've never hated him. I've literally never.
Clark, did you take the test? Tell me what happened.
She didn't take no test. That's not even a test, that.
So that's it? We're wiped out. It's over?
I need to be with Maddie.
Wait! Touching a pulsar, what could go wrong?
Raven's gone into it this time.
Wait, where's Earth? About 42 billion light years away.
Read our thoughts and take the form of someone we love.
Not your real mother. Yet her opinion of you mattered even more. The test is over. As you know, Clark failed.
How can that be? Clark sacrificed everything for us so that we didn't have to.
She doomed you. I'm sorry.
Have we made mistakes? Yes. Clark, me, all of us. But we were just trying to survive. And if you don't want us to join you, fine. But at least let us live. Keep trying to do better. We will.
Yet even now, you are poised and on the brink of self-extermination.
They're doing that for you.
But all I see are two tribes willing to kill the other to save themselves.
Let the games begin.
I forgot about him, man. I forgot about him. Yo, do you know, again, right, it does annoy me. I've got to be honest. This is all happening because you want to get to you, Abby. Well, not you, Abby, but I'm just going to use you as a reference. All of this is happening because you want to get to you, and you're judging them because of how they're reacting, because they're doing everything they can, because they believe, do you know what I mean? Like, all them people there believe the last war is the greatest thing that's ever going to happen. It's going to transcend them. So they're doing whatever it takes to get to you. And you don't realise that. You're stood there in your high tower looking down thinking, look at all these people fighting. It's like, no, mate, you don't understand. It's all because they're trying to be who you are. And again, yeah, it annoys me. Like, nobody took no test. In my opinion, nobody had took no test. And like I was saying before, how could it's perfect? What I was saying before is that they said you got to answer truthfully, and if you lie, we'll know. If you tell the truth, we'll know. And I was saying, so how'd you pass it then? Do you know what I mean? Do you just answer questions until it's something that you dislike, and then you say no, you failed? And I used obviously the reference of you know, Bill and something that he's done, and he said no, that's not good enough, selfish, you failed. That's literally what happened. Oh, Clark, you've done all of this stuff and it's all bad, and, you know, you talk about doing better things, but you kill people. Nah, mate, you know, say like if I lived in a place where people consistently broke into my house, and what I done is I saved my wife and my kids, do you know what I mean? And in those moments, the people that intruded into my private land got killed, you know, in self-defense, and that happened a couple of times. Now I died, and it was such thing as heaven and hell, and I went to heaven, and God was there, and he said, no, mate, you're not coming in these gates. You killed loads of people in your life. And you're like, well, hang on, mate. All I ever done was try to protect myself and my family, and all it was is people engaging on me and my self-defense. It's not as if I've gone out there and started destroying the whole entire universe and killing all nice and good people. Do you know what I mean? All I ever done was protect people that I love and stop intruders from coming in. And that's technically what Clark's done. Yes, he committed genocide in Mount Weather, but why? Because people come in and took all the friends and family, and he was killing them and extracting the bone marrow. So what she done is retaliated in self-defense and killed them. And there's plenty of other times, you know what I mean? Yes, okay, she shot Bellamy, but what was she doing? She was trying to save everybody because they tried the last war and possibly kill everybody. So I don't know, man. I'm always on Clark's side in terms of every time somebody tries to pin something on her as one hater and killing everybody and all of this, nah, mate. It's all because people have come in and intruded on them, and they've inflicted it. I don't think once Clark has gone on the attack personally, agenda-wise, like Pike did with the 300, and just smoked them off. She's always kind of been self-defending.
Don't shoot! Wait. This is not the last war. We don't achieve transcendence through violence. We're going.
Oh, I shot him. Oh, Echo's been shot. Let's be honest, all them should be shot, shouldn't they? But I'll let it slide.
What the hell are you doing? I lost Bellamy.
I will not lose a sister.
You can't break free from the cycle of violence.
You have to stop the war. I got this. Stop the war.
This is who you are. That's why you failed the test. It's time for us to go, Raven.
You're the leader, Octavia. Just tell them to stand down.
Jordan, oh! Don't let them die.
Indra! Indra, hold your fire! Indra is not in command here! I am! Too straight! Too down! Dog out! Dog, keep one in!
That's fine. Do you know what? Fuck it. You know what? I'll take it. Indra got the last laugh. Yes, Indra.
I hope you know what you're doing.
So do I. That's what she's thinking, mate.
We're unarmed. My brother believed, as you do. He died for that belief. And for that, he'll never get there. I don't know what I believe. That if we fight this war, we don't deserve to find out if he was right.
She's reaching them.
He's like, yeah, get me out of that firing line, innit?
Stay with me. This does not end here.
For all mankind. For all mankind. For all mankind. For all mankind.
What's happening? Are they all transcending now?
No pain.
Oh, mate, the show better not end with everybody just turning into these fucking light things. We're just saying Maury's kind of still alive because she's in his mind drive. What we're saying?
That is cool.
Maddie's still alive though, and I would have shot her last episode. You know what I mean? Oh, he's struggling.
I know you don't want to leave. This gives you a chance to live.
That's a true story, that, innit? What's this? Why do they all look like trees? Do you know what I mean? Clark the only one not worthy then? Bollocks that. She's the one that's most worthy.
Murphy! Amori!
Oh, mate. Gonna leave that dog there. It's Todd. Glad Clark's here now. She's kind of back to the start of season 5 on her own, isn't she? I've lost everything! Do you remember?
Picasso! Come!
Please come back! I don't want to be alone!
You're not.
What's going on here?
What do you want? To explain. Such a curious species. You've added so much to us already. You can never join us, Clark. Your actions must have a cost. Mine?
Innit? It's fucking annoying me, that.
The only human being who ever sinned. You are the only test subject from any species anywhere in the universe since the dawn of time who committed murder during the test.
Mate, you weren't taking a test, was you?
Maddie's with you then? In a manner of speaking. She'll never feel pain, she'll never die. She knew that living here without anyone her own age to love is something you wouldn't have wanted for her. Suppose that choice was made easier with the realization you wouldn't be. Transcendence is a choice. You can choose to come back. Though until now, no one ever had.
That's fucking decent. So everybody could just come back then?
There won't be offspring. And they won't join us when they die. None of them seem to care.
Do you know what? It's ended better than I thought it was going to be. I'll tell you now, mate. I thought it was going to be shit, but it's ended good. Is Amori alive? Oh, she's there. You see that then? Little flashback of episode 1. We finished. Like, literally, that has finished. That was really interesting. Let's open this back up. Special appearance by Paige Turco, mate. You know, she was here being annoying. Not you, Abby. Whoever you was trying to be. You know, I've got to say, sad that it's over. Let's be honest. You know, it's always sad. You know, it is a good question. What is one of the shows that you've watched that you was like, well, sad that it's finished, that absolutely devastated? You know what? I think mine was The Office USA, me, man. Like, literally, I watched that and I was thinking, I cannot believe that I'm never going to watch a brand new episode ever again. Like, I can watch The Office again. I watch clips all the time, mate. It is so good. But, like, you know, the fact that I've seen them all, I'm like, why can I, like, can you just erase my memory, please, so I can just sit back and watch all the episodes again, fresh, brand new? Because, like, somebody out there is so lucky to sit there and experience it for the first time, and I wish that was me again. And, you know, this has been a decent show. I've got to be honest, you know, 100 episodes, it's a long time. It actually really is. You think about it, it's nearly 3 months straight of my year uploading onto the YouTube and Patreon, and it's been wild, mate, you know, doing this and experiencing it with everyone. And yeah, I've had some ups and downs, and this season, I'd probably say this season has been, has it been the worst? I'd probably say it has been, to be honest. I think the way they treated, like, Bellamy and the way certain situations has gone, you know, I probably will. But I actually don't think it's been shit, though. Like, that's all I've got to say. If I was ranking it, I would say it was in the lower categories of the seasons that we've had. But, like, it was still good enough to watch. But I've watched shows before where you watch the season, you're like, mate, I've just wasted my time. Why have I watched that? And this was not one of them. If I'm being honest, yeah, the start of the season, like 5 episodes in, I was all game. I think one of my favourite entrances ever of any of these episodes was the Hope, like, transcending from being like a kid to moving up into being an adult. And it was just tunes in the background that she was fighting, she was learning with that guy, you know, who come as a prisoner. I loved it, mate. And I thought the first start of the season was so good. And I was all for this Bardo storyline compared to being the Shade Hader one and what was going on in Sanctum, for example. And then I kind of, like, midway through, it kind of flipped. It started getting me a bit annoyed, this Bardo one, and I started getting really interested with, obviously, the Shade Hader one and what was going on there. And to be honest, you know, the way certain situations got, so let's just say, like, Bellamy's death, I understand the Clark had to do it, but it wasn't that great. Do you know what I mean? You know, Bill's death, then the Shepherds. Yeah, Clark had to do it again. Clark had to do it again, but it wasn't that great. And, like, the test, again, it wasn't that great, was it? Let's be honest. We built the whole season about been this last war, and, like, technically, it was a war. It was a test and a war at the same time. In a way, you know what I mean? Like, the test was, are the humans gonna go to war and kill themselves? That was the test, and you know what I mean? And, like, I do think it was a bit weird, and in a way, he was like, oh yeah, you failed because you're about to have the war. But in my head, I'm like, mate, the only reason why they're having this war is because people have committed the whole life to get to you. And they feel like somebody's obstructing them, and they could see it inside. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like it all for thousands of years, they know that the Bardoans have come and failed this test, and they're here now, and they're ready. Do you know what I mean? And they want to. They train for it. They believe that they can pass it. And they spent all their life committed, not loving anybody, working together as a team, believing in one thing to transcend. And the goal is right in front of them. It's literally in touching distance, and somebody has come, like one crew, and, you know, potentially been a threat to that, you know, stopping it. Of course somebody's going to retaliate and defend themselves. It's just like the situation I'm saying here. Like, I'm living in my house now and somebody comes in, tries to kill me, and I kill him, and then they turn around and say, oh, you're the bad one. I'm like, well, I'm not, am I? I'm here watching the 100, chilling with everybody, having a good time. You come and try to attack me, I've retaliated, it's your fault. That's how I feel like many a times on this show, in certain situations when people have said, Clark's killed someone, Bellamy's killed somebody. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no. What I've done is I've self-defended. There's a big difference. If I get up now and get a gun and walk down the road and shoot up somebody, that's going to kill them. Me being here chilling, having a good time with my friends and family, and you come in and attacking me, that's your problem. Do you know what I mean? That's self-defense. And this is what annoyed me a little bit there, because that's what she was trying to say. Yo, you think you're worthy, but look, the human race right here, you're about to wipe yourselves out. It's like, yeah, but you're the reason for that. You know, can you not see that? And again, I went back to the start of the episode when they were saying, oh, yeah, we're going to ask you questions, and you know, we'll see if you pass it. You got to answer them truthfully, and we'll know if you're lying. And then when people did answer them truthfully, they're like, no, we didn't like that, so you failed it. Clark was like, what, you didn't like the fact that I was defending my friends and family? And yeah, I've committed genocide, and I've done a couple of bad things, but feel my pain. Feel the pain of actually pulling that lever. Feel the pain of losing my mum. Feel the pain of losing my daughter. Do you know what I mean? I've shot my best friend. We've experienced all of this stuff, yeah? And you're judging me? How about you're going to make a decision that's going to kill millions of people? Well, obviously, we've only seen that the people living here, but who knows, mate, all the way here in England, mate, where I am. Could have been people living there on the ground, who knows, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're willing to wipe out whole civilizations because they deemed one person not worthy of passing a test. No, mate, Clark was good, she flipped it and made it on them. I thought it was great, to be honest. And you know, I've got to say as well, I thought the ending was going to be crap. I actually did. I was mad, yeah, inside that Clark was the last one left. I actually was. Everybody. First of all, my question is, where did it go? Okay, they turned into these gold little trees floating, or whatever you want to call them, orange flamey things. What are they doing there? I would have kind of liked to see them in this afterlife. Like, what's happening? Like, I would not want to turn into one of them, because I don't even know what's going on. Yeah, she said Maddie's there and she's enjoying herself. That's great stuff. Love it. Fair play to you, Maddie. You know, you're going to have a better life there than being here. Last episode, I would have killed you, so do you know what I mean? You've been let off. But what I'm saying is, yeah, all of that just to float up into a gold little ball. Nah, I'm not for it. I'd rather be on the earth. And do you know what? The fact is, she turned up and she said, look, everybody's there. They can live for eternity. And you're never going to be accepted. You got to be judged for your actions. She's like, just me, mate. That's what I was saying. What, just Clark? And then she was like, but the thing is, people have been able to come back. You know, they've always been able, but no one wanted to. People wanted this afterlife. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted to return to Earth. But all your friends, they've come and they've done it. And yes, they're gonna die. They're not gonna be infinite now, are they? But they're not bothered with that. And I love it. You know, that was a good ending. It was together again. You come down to the Earth, there was nobody there. It was just you, confined little group. You've ended the show back on the Earth, nobody there, confined little group. With all these relationships that was building, it was good. Even Amori stayed alive, and I'm glad that they kind of done that in the way that she was alive in Murphy's head when it was transcending, so she got took with them. And, you know, kind of makes sense. I'm just going to accept it and rock with it. Again, Octavia ran in front of all of them bullets. Don't make sense that she didn't get shot once. Definitely should have, but I'm going to let that slide because Indra got the last laugh and Shade Hader. And it's not how I wanted it to happen, but she done it anyway, and that's my girl. You know, that's my girl. Boom, mate, hit him with that gun and just exploded him. So I'm loving it, mate. It ended well, in my personal opinion. I thought it was going to be much worse. The final episode was, you know what, in terms of like final episodes, I would say that it was a successful one. Because I've said many times before, I've watched shows where it's been so bad and I've literally been hating it. This one, I didn't mind it. I actually didn't mind it. I thought it ended well, so big thumbs up from me. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And we will no longer be saying, okay, the season 7 most likely to dislike characters vote is now open. Most liked characters from season 1 to 7 is now open. 3 votes are allowed, as well as the favourite seasons from 1 to 7. 3 votes are allowed. Links in the description. We're finished. Donezo. But the votes will always be open. Now, you know, if you didn't vote and the polls was long, mate, at the start of the episode, hopefully you guys can just go back and do it and take part because your votes always count. And I'm so excited, obviously, to see everybody's engagement in the channel. And I can't thank every single person enough who actually does take the time out of the day to even watch this video, get this far, or even contribute and even taking part in the polls. You guys are absolutely amazing, and it makes it so worthwhile. So I am going to say there is a poll open, though, for the next show on the channel. Yes, we will be doing it live tomorrow, opening it up, checking to see which has actually won. There's quite a lot of variety on there. You know, we've got stuff like Lost, Sex Education, you know, some comedies on there, like, I don't know, The Big Bang Theory, you know, that's on there. We've got other interesting things like Better Call Saul, Narcos, you know, The Mandalorian. Mate, we're hitting all different categories, so surely something's there that you'd be interested in. Please do check the links in the description. 3 votes are allowed on that. And like I said, I'm going to be picking it tomorrow, so please, please, please get that in. But to finish off this show, I've got to say, I've actually really enjoyed it. 100 episodes, very entertaining. You know, I never would have, hand on heart, never would have watched this show if it wasn't from one of those polls that I've just mentioned there. This won it, and I'm so happy that it did. Now, again, you know, there's been some fantastic characters in the show, I'm not going to lie. We've seen the 3 characters that obviously I chose and voted for at the start of the episode to be my 3 favourite from the whole entire thing. And obviously you guys as well, not everybody chose the same thing as me, which is the beauty of it. Everybody experiences the show and has different opinions. And I have to agree that people like Raven is just an amazing character, you know. she, throughout the whole entire thing, has been a real trooper and a real key asset. And to be honest, so was Monte. You've got to give a shout out to him. Both of them together, they wouldn't have won or succeeded and managed to advance to this stage of life, pretty much, to be able to transcend without their knowledge and, you know, how smart they actually are to read situations and also be willing to do whatever it takes in a different context of like a Clark and a Bellamy situation. Do you know what I mean? Like them in terms of how they can hack into things, you know, how they can create algae to have a sustainable life, you know what I mean, in space or down on the earth, are massive assets that definitely do go underrated. And I've got to say a big shout out to them for being a consistent good person throughout the whole entire thing. Now, again, you know, I do feel like characters have had some massive ups and downs and some round and rounds. And I've got to say Octavia is my favourite character of the whole entire show. But she has had some ups and downs as well. And, you know, that's the beauty of it. You can't always pick one character to be your favourite 24/7, every episode, every season. They've got to have storylines that you like. I like it, I dislike it, why have they been given that? But I've always been on the side and I've always been, you know, cheering for it, to be honest. I was absolutely wounded when Lincoln got killed. I actually was. He was a good character for her. He brought her, you know, personality out. He also kind of introduced her to being a grounder and injured, do you know what I mean? And the looks, like I was saying, with the face paint, like I was saying here with this top, obviously that's what Lexa had. How much better do people look with the paint on the face? They just do. I kind of shied away from that, and I feel like we should have had it in more. Like, and more people dressed in black. Black looked sick this season. Her fit was well good. She had a leather jacket on. She had that blue turquoisey kind of top. She had leathers on, or like black pants and like long ass boots, mate. Like went kind of up to her knees, and her fit was sick, mate. She looked really, really good. And we've had many different hairstyles as well. I actually like this Clark hairstyle, to be honest. You know, the short one. I actually do like it. Octavia's been the best in terms of rotating and changing. She's been really, really good. Indra finished with kind of like a skinhead on this one. She's floated around a few decent ones. And I was saying as well, you know, when they first get the tattoo on the face, you think, that looks a bit weird. Do you not think? And it's like, again, I said it earlier on in one of the seasons, that like, when you see a person in real life and you have a tattoo on your face, you're like, whoa, do you know what I mean? It's one of them quick instant things. Do you know what? You do actually judge them. Like, what the hell? But then, I don't know, the more you get used to something, the more you see it, the more you think, oh, that's fine. Mate, I don't even notice it's on Indra's face. Like, that's how much, like, I like her, and I don't even see it anymore because I just see Indra. And it's like, if I come with a bald head next episode, for example, you'd be like, what the F is that, mate? But then if you watch a week's worth of episodes, I'd just be normal, I'd just be fine again. And that's how we do it. Echo, she come in with long hair, she ended up with short, really short. We also seen it with I've forgotten it, Hope. She had long hair when you first come in. Then again, she ended up really short and like blonde. So I think it's good. Even Jasper, mate. Do you remember him? He started with his goggles. He had really big hair. I'm pretty sure he wore eyeliner quite a bit. And then he went to full on skinhead and he got his little beard going. And again, he was a good character. I thought he was going to be one of my favourite ones throughout the whole entire show. And obviously he ended up dying. Killed himself pretty much, didn't he? With those Dolby nuts, I think it was. You know, he drank loads of him when that wave was coming before they first went into the bunker. Do you know what I mean? He didn't want to actually live from the death of Maya, which again was a good season. And you know, I'm talking about characters that I got stuff. How good was Bellamy in that one? He actually done whatever it took. And this is why I like Clark, to be honest. She does whatever it takes to save everybody. And like, she even said it again, talking to Lexa at the end there. She was like, look, mate, I get it. I'm the bearer. I have to bear it for everybody. I've consistently done it. If everybody else can transcend and I have to be the person that can, and it's my actions that got them there to that situation, then I'll be the bearer of all of that weight. Do you know what I mean? Great stuff. You know, Clark has not won me over, but like, she's made it into definitely like my favourite characters in this season, to be honest. I don't know, man. I just she jumps and just does everything. She's willing to do it. Even like I said, when her life's on the line, she's going for it. I do love that shit. I actually really do. It's one of my favourite things. And I really enjoyed Clark. But like I said, going to Mount Weather when Bellamy infiltrated it and he was going in and he was shooting it and he was trying to save everybody. And his first connection with Echo when he was in the cage and did she spit in his face? I remember all the way back then. I was like, I can feel a connection between it. I mean, I would love to go back actually and open that episode and just watch that scene and see if I actually said it. I'm definitely sure I sensed that connection and I was buzzing, mate, when they ended up being together. And you know what I mean? Characters have been on some crazy, you know, like wild storylines. I also enjoyed do you know what? If you pick out single little things here and there, I actually really enjoyed them being in the crowd pods and waking up and landing on a new planet. I thought that was actually really good, and seeing a new society and the primes. I thought that was really intriguing. I actually did like as well, you know, Mount Weather inside it, how they was living, tried to extract it. I thought it was like the bit of that was the first kind of vibe that we changed from being in the woods to being somewhere else, and that really was good for me as well. I actually really enjoyed the switch up. Now, I think we kind of switched up from the woods a bit too much, where we was like so far away from it, and like we've always been on different planets, different worlds, different colours. And like when we got back to it at the end of this season, and this nostalgia of walking through the trees, I was like, oh mate, I miss this. Feels right. It feels like home. Do you know what I mean? If you ever like moved house or been in a place and you're like, this don't feel like me. But then when you get into your own bed and you're like, mate, home sweet home. That is literally the feeling that I got from that. So I don't know, man. I've actually really enjoyed the show. Thought it's been great. I have literally no complaints. There's been bits where I've hated, bits that I've moaned, bits that stressed me out. Way more bits that I've loved, and lots of fantastic, great characters. Mate, pretty much nobody that I actually hate, and loads of them that I really, really love. And the fact is, I love the fact that Nyla and Murphy are brothers and sisters in real life. I love the fact that Clark and Bellamy are married with kids. That's fucking sick, mate. You know, when I seen that on Instagram, I was buzzing with that one. That's really good as well. Made me like the show even better knowing. And do you know what? Let's say big up to the cast, because they all seem to be like best mates still, which is great. Everybody. The only thing that I can see about that is Damon and Stefan Salvatore. They are the brothers Bond Bourbon or something, mate. They've got their own bourbon company, and again, I love it. It just makes me smile that people that are loving the show are friends and love each other outside, and the fact that we got it here as well just makes me like it even better. So that is another positive as well. And yeah, I just think it's been great. Thanks to every single person that's been on this crazy wild ride. I don't know what's next for the channel and what's obviously coming to it. That's your guys' choice. It's not mine. It's your choice, so please do get a voting in the description. Thanks for recommending this show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash the like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And for the last time ever, on the 100, as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.